Have you ever met a man who looks unshakable on the outside, yet crumbles the moment life tests him? What if the man who talks the loudest is actually the weakest one in the room? The Stoics warned us, true strength is silent, stable, and self-controlled. So why do so many mistake arrogance for power? Here are 5 undeniable signs you're dealing with a weak man. He might talk big, act confident, maybe even dominate every room he walks into. But behind that performance lies a fragile core. Not weakness of muscle, but weakness of mind. Not a quiet humility, but a lack of character. And here's the real danger. A weak man can look strong for years, until the day you actually need him to be. That's when the truth comes out. Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus warned us long ago, real strength is silent, steady and rooted in self-mastery. It doesn't lash out. It doesn't manipulate. It doesn't crumble under pressure. In this video, we're uncovering 5 clear signs you're dealing with a weak man, signals that often go unnoticed until it's too late. If you want to protect your energy, guard your peace and grow into something stronger, pay attention. Because spotting weakness isn't about judgment, it's about wisdom. Sign number 1. He reacts emotionally to everything. A weak man is ruled by his emotions. He gets angry too quickly, jealous too easily, and offended by even the smallest things. To him, minor inconveniences feel like personal attacks. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." But a weak man never realizes this truth. He lives in reaction mode, constantly disturbed by people and circumstances he can't control. The more reactive he is, the less power he has over himself. And where emotion rules unchecked, the next sign follows. Sign number 2. He blames others for his situation. When things go wrong, a weak man's first instinct is to find someone to blame. The system, his ex, his boss, his parents, anyone but himself. Epictetus warned, "It is not things that disturb us, but our opinions about them." Yet a man without inner strength avoids responsibility at all costs. He builds stories instead of building character, and no matter how much support he gets, he stays stuck, because blame is his prison. Sign number 3. He needs to control others to feel safe. A weak man despises uncertainty, so he micromanages, manipulates, and intimidates, mistaking control for leadership. But deep down, he's afraid of being vulnerable. Seneca wrote, "No man is free who is not master of himself." A weak man doesn't master himself, he tries to master you. He hides his fear under the guise of protection, but true strength doesn't suffocate, it gives space. He tries to control everything and everyone around him, clinging to the illusion that if he can just keep a tight enough grip, he'll feel safe. But here's the truth. When that grip begins to slip, when the control tactics stop working, another layer of weakness emerges. And this one, it's far more revealing than anything you've seen before. Sign number 4. He seeks validation to fill his inner void. A weak man needs attention the way a drowning man needs air. He's not just flattered by admiration, he depends on it to survive. If he's not being noticed, he feels invisible. If he's not being praised, he feels worthless. The Stoics warned us about this kind of dependence on the outside world. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." A weak man is trapped in this contradiction. His life is guided like a ship steered by every passing wind, public opinion, fleeting trends, the approval of strangers. He doesn't anchor himself in his own principles. Instead, he performs confidence like an actor playing a role, polishing the mask so well that even he starts to believe it's real. But underneath, he's fragile. His sense of self rises and falls with every like, every compliment, every nod of approval. And if that attention fades, even for a moment, so does he. When you're with a man like this, you're not with someone who knows who he is. You're with a mirror, reflecting back whatever the world wants to see, never showing you the raw truth of who he really is. Sign number 5, he avoids discomfort even when growth demands it. This one might be the most telling sign of all. When life gets hard, when the work gets heavy, when the road ahead requires grit, he walks away. He avoids the gym. He sidesteps the difficult conversation that could change everything. He buries himself in distractions, scrolling, binge-watching, anything that keeps him from facing the discomfort that could make him stronger. He chooses what's easy over what's right, every single time. The Stoics believed discomfort wasn't just something to be endured, it was the very forge of greatness. Epictetus said, "Difficulties show what men are." That's because the fire of adversity reveals your true shape, your real metal. A strong man leans into the storm, knowing that every gust of wind makes his roots deeper. He understands that the burn in his muscles, the tension in his heart, the resistance he meets, those are the moments where discipline is born. But a weak man? He runs. And in running from the challenge, he's not just running from the task, he's running from himself. If a man fears the struggle, he will never earn strength. If he avoids growth, he will never become more than he is now. And here's the tragedy. He'll convince himself that comfort is peace, when in reality it's a slow death of his potential. The quiet truth about strength. The world is overflowing with loud men, men who shout, who boast, who puff up their chests in every room they enter. But as the Stoics remind us, true strength is rarely loud. It's not measured in the volume of his voice, the size of his bank account, or the number of people who fear him. It's measured in something quieter, something harder to fake, how well he governs himself. His emotions, his ego, his responses to adversity. The Stoics never defined strength as domination over others. They defined it as mastery over the self. Discipline when it's tempting to indulge, humility when it's tempting to boast, virtue when impulse calls for something cheaper. The choice you must make, if you see these signs in someone around you, step back, protect your peace, and most importantly, make sure you don't become like him. Because the Stoic path isn't about judging weakness from a distance. It's about making the daily decision to rise above it. It's about choosing courage when fear whispers in your ear. It's about choosing growth when comfort begs you to stay still. It's about choosing virtue when compromise offers the easy way out. If this message opened your eyes, if it gave you a new lens through which to see the men around you, and perhaps even yourself, then let's keep walking this path together. Give this video a like. Subscribe for more Stoic wisdom that strengthens your mind and your soul. Share it with someone who might need a quiet but powerful reminder of what true masculinity really is. Stay strong, stay grounded, stay stoic.